All right. So I discussed what I found in AI and how it's being biased according to an underlying side, basically, or reasoning behind of what is said and how it is said. The example was, okay, Tesla did not get bailed out during the financial crisis, but they did get stock payers, excuse me, taxpayers like loans, and they did pay them back. Um, he did not actually say it was illegal to drive your own car. He said he wanted to make it illegal to drive your own car, and people were too ignorant to drive such a massive machine. He did not say that. What he said is people are it should be illegal for people because it's unsafe for them to drive a 2-ton vehicle. And they call it a massive death machine. All right, this has already got me incredibly not upset, but very much concerned um, on how this information is coming back to what is factual and not factual. And I'm going to go back to Goebbels, the head of Nazi propaganda, as well as the creator propaganda during the Third Reich and Germany. You repeat a lie, and this is small, this is just like, no big deal, no big deal. It's kind of there, it's kind of that. You repeat a lie enough, people will take that as the truth. I'll explain to you, like, if there's so many people that say something did not happen, I think a lot of people know where I'm going with this, and it is said over and over and over again, and this technology man, there's an article. I'm going to actually put it up and I'm going to actually discuss it. It says basically AI will destroy everything. There's no doubt about it. They will destroy everything, and it's time to get out. And that's just part of the article. It's in Time magazine. It's done by some scientists. This is the scariest thing of our future, hands down. Hands down. This is it. It's not nuclear war. It's not, it's not anything like that. Starvation, floods. No, it's this interpreting what was and not kind of like history. I don't know if you guys knew, but I listened to a lecture a while back, and it was about Russian espionage and stuff like that, and the CIA and going undercover, like things like that. But what really got me was, I think it was 2016 or 2015. I'll have to bring it up again. The military were discussing weapons that make their own decisions. You heard me right. A weapon will determine enemy, not enemy, a threat, not threat. And we killed terrorists on American soil and stuff like that before, and that was all discussed, or things like that. We went after this guy and that guy in different countries and stuff. But anyhow, so man, so on the one side you had the military saying, "Yeah, we're for it, we're for it, we're for it." On the other side, you had everybody in AI saying, "No, no, let's not go here. Let's not even think about going here. Because once we go here, there is no going back." I'll put up the lecture. It's it's very high level, but it's very low level too. And I know maybe I'm thinking about the world too much, whatever, because I have so much time on my hands. But I'm looking at this, and it determines a result based on whatever the information is put in there. Um, just like self-driving, whatever the information is put in there, it says to hit the sign or hit the kid. It's one or the other. And software goes down a lot, and there's a lot of issues, and we don't have that kind of technology so advanced we can do that. But anyhow, so back to this. We didn't want electric cars to begin with. Let's just start there. It was tried a long time ago, long time ago. That was the 1800s or whatever, but with big box batteries, and no one really wanted them. No one really wanted them. And the thing is, no one wanted them as they don't want them now because the deficits or the negatives actually completely outweigh any positive, quote unquote, that the electric vehicle could or could not have for the consumer. You can think you're saving the environment, but that is a carrot that the companies have given out to make us think it is for the best. Excuse me. Thing is, they're mining rare earth elements. I know right now they're advancing other technologies, and it's going to be even a better battery, and it's going to get better range and maybe be 100% recyclable, because right now it's not. And but the thing is, it's rare earth elements. They have to go through a process. They have to get shipped here. They have to get shipped there. Rare earth elements are mostly mined in countries with slave labor. Those are the facts. That's the facts. You know, and to make that car, and I really don't think much of the cars, but that's just my opinion, and I'll speak of that in another video. But and we're in the cold, so the efficiency is not there. It goes down 20 to 40%. That's what AI says. We have to have the double amount of electric charging stations at 47,000 to compare to the 115 that we have, or so thousand of gas stations. On top of that, your bill is going to go up. 20 to 30% of your bill is going to go up. They said it's only so much per month, but if 20 to 30% of my bill went up every month, and because it's cold, you have to charge it more. They're saying it's only like $72 a month, whatever. No, it's going to be about $230 a month at least. You're only getting 40% of your car. Let's say you're going 100 miles. They also say electric cars get 99 miles per gallon over a combustion vehicle, which only gets 23 miles per gallon. Yeah, I think that's really biased. Hugely. And then so you go back to less pollution. Less pollution. Is there less pollution after doing all that? These electric cars need tires after 20,000 miles. They weigh a ton. Not to mention safety aspects. There's issues with fires. It gets very bad. They don't know what to do. They have hours and hours of water and it doesn't do anything. As well as I said, like recycling. They cannot recycle 100% of the battery right now. They can't. They have companies that are looking into it, possibly looking into it. Other places of getting different materials, metals, and batteries and stuff like that. But it goes back to freedom in my mind. It goes back to freedom. It goes back to the freedom of movement, of going place to place without anybody asking you, questioning you, without you having to put something in and saying, oh, is that okay or not okay? You got to find where these places are. You got to find where these charging stations are. And as well as you got to strategically map it out, you are being controlled. I wasn't going to say it's about one word, control, but it's actually about three. It's called New World Order. Don't believe me? Look at the Great Reset. You'll own nothing and you'll be happy. Pretty self-explanatory. You know, Elon talked about these cars being robot taxis. You know, and it'd be a shared collective. Electric cities, smart grids. It's a collective. A collective is another word. It's called control. I know we got black boxes in the cars. I know that. They can see where you go, whatever. But the freedom of movement is one of the basic freedoms we have in our country. To put grids only, or put charging stations only at places that whatever they really want you to go. And people are going to say, oh, but you can still go across, country. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. But you got to stop. You got to charge it, right? You got to wait. Other people are trying to charge it, right? If it's cold, everybody's having issues. You're 40% down already. At the same time, you got California, which is the most progressive nation. Don't charge your electric car during when the electric grid is really, really being used at the high peak times of energy usage. Wait, you guys are going for completely electric cars? I forgot what year, whatever. And you're advising people when they can charge them. How practical is that for any person? They're probably going to charge it that peak hour, because that's when they have time to charge it. And it's going to be the summer. And it's going to be hot. And a lot of air conditioning's going on. Man. People say, oh, it's better for the climate. I mean, I don't know. They've twisted so many facts and figures in that, and they really kind of stage it to whatever they want to push at the time. I don't want to touch that right now. I kind of go back and forth on it. But this electric cars, actually, this just opened. Just watching how this works scares the hell out of me. Absolutely scares the hell out of me. Gives me shivers. This is the way it's going to process information. Everybody's going to be like, oh, yeah, it's new, it's just learning, you should research it. No, this is the way it's going to go. They want it however they want it, and he who makes the gold makes the rules once again. As well as there's 105 billion they invested in these electric cars. What does it say? Let me see what I got. What I got. That was the last statistic I pulled up. Come on. Sorry. I love how it says that. They didn't get the money then, they got the money and they paid it back. Yeah, they paid it back. Our market share has gone down now. Electric cars. Okay, hold on, sorry. I'll do better next one. Or maybe I'll just do this too. think it's like 100. Oh, here we are. Sorry. The big three. Ford spent 43 billion. General Motors 27.5 billion. Stellantis 35.5 billion. 106 billion by 2030. And no one's buying any of these electric cars now. No one's buying them. They actually represent, I think, less than 1% of the vehicles on the road. That's what it said in here. And it's 5 to 6% overall sales of vehicles in general in 2023. We're going to have to be bailing these companies out because of this push. And unfortunately, they still are going to push on more charging stations. The company that I used to work for, Honda, they're in it with a bunch of other companies, and they're doing this push for electric cars. I just don't get it. The only reason why it got as far as it did was tax rebates. And that carrot thinking, oh, it's so much better for the environment. It's so much better for the environment. But it's not. It's not when you look at the overall big picture. And man, I just think you got to plug in your vehicle. They got electric grid. They can take the electric grid down. You got smart grid meter. They can see how much you're using your smart grid meter. I'm going to get a pizza. We're not letting you get a pizza because you went to the doctor and your cholesterol is too high. Or, Kevin, you're not supposed to be driving that fast. I'm going to be driving for you. It just, oh man, we opened such a Pandora's box with AI and automated vehicles and the smart grid and stuff like that. And you can call me conspiracy theorist, and that's fine. That's fine. Everything that I thought about what was going to happen has happened. Every darn thing. It's not being conspiracy theorist. Now it's being realist. I knew about, and I'm not like a nosy person. I mean, I don't want to know it all or whatever, but I've done research and I saw how it all works. And like George Carlin said, man, it's a big club. You're not invited, and they don't want anybody else. Education only teaches you enough to be a really good worker. That's what it comes down to. They don't want anybody getting hired. And God forbid, don't learn and don't speak up and don't do this and don't do that. It's control for me. It really is. His biasness and the hubris and the je ne sais quoi of all these IT companies that completely want everything all working together on one humongous grid. Nope, it's control. You're not saving the world. Sorry, you're not. That's the facts. I'll do another video on what I thought when I first saw the Tesla. Still unimpressed. But anyhow, so we're going to have to end up bailing this out. They put all the electric grid, all the electric charging stations they want. No one's gonna go to them. Nothing's gonna happen, and it's gonna just be like the windmills that had nothing going on. After a while, they're still putting them up, but they weren't connecting them to anything because the payback wasn't there. We're not Holland, sorry. And they couldn't do anything with those either. They couldn't recycle those. That material, they just had to bury it, I guess. Doing good. Always think if the government wants to do good, what is the background of it? Why does it want to do good? What is it really wanting to do? There is always something that's underlying that. Like Ronald Reagan said, I'm here the government. The words are most weird. The most scary words are, "I'm here for the government. I'm here to help." That's it. Um, the government was made by the people. The government isn't the government because it's separate from the people. But that's not here nor there. So we're gonna have to bail this out. 106 billion by 2030. I say we're gonna have a conversation in 2026 about how much money they need to get right again. I don't know if you heard, a lot of these companies are going back into combustion vehicles. Heavy. I think Ford already said they're going to always have a V8. Their Lightning vehicle is not going well. And it's funny on here. It says because of. I gotta read this to you. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Let me see. Look at the charging stations. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. That's the loan. 20%, 20 to 40% of range when it's cold. Huh, when it's cold. I'm looking for what it says about the downfall of the selling of vehicles. Here it is. According to different sources, the percentage of electric cars being sold in the US varies from 6% to 7.6% in 2023. Significant increase from previous years. Once again, how it interprets and it processes data and the semantics of what it puts out. Remember Goebbels. I know it's not like that extreme, but it does not take that much for this thing to be completely biased one way against the other. The global market share, I'll give you that, 14.2% in 2022. The growth rate of electric car sales may slow down in the future due to various factors, such as supply chain issues, competition, and consumer preferences. See, consumer preferences should lead this whole conversation. The market was not there, they wouldn't get the incentives. If the incentives, they didn't have to have the incentives, it's because the market was there, the supply and the demand. It's a manipulation of markets. That's all this is. It's telling you and me and everyone else what we want and how we want it. Whew. All right, that's all I got for now. I'm sorry, it's 23 minutes. I probably rambled on, but I don't figure I could really write all that, what I really wanted to say, in the way that it'd be legible and it wouldn't take me 3-4 days just to even write it. So that's what I got. And I'll do better next time. I'll be more prepared, but I will read off my stories. And just my useless dribble. You call me opinionated, you call me biased, that's fine. I'm just processing the information that I have in front of me. Ooh, this AI is scary. Oh yeah, I gotta get you that article. That's right. All right, peace out.